Yeah, welcome to the third session for the program today, When the World Says No. And sometimes you don't just, it's not about hearing it, but sometimes you have to experience it. You have to experience the situation. You have to go through that situation. And sometimes when people go through the situation, they begin to ask, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Thinking or asking why me, it's not going to solve it. The reality is you are in and you have to get through it. That is it. And like the quote said at the beginning of the program, that the only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. Everybody knows about the possible, but no person knows about the impossible. There is so much impossibility, but nobody can talk about it because they've not gone into that impossibility. Until you go into the impossibility, you will not know the other side of that impossibility. And the other side of that impossibility is simply what? Possibility. Oh, yes. Many years ago, there was no electricity, but somebody invented electricity. And today, the whole world is enjoying electricity. Today, electricity is not impossible. It's what? It's possible because somebody made it happen. What is it that you can make happen? Probably that challenge you are facing, that situation you are facing, it's only pushing you to take the world into the other side of impossibility. This morning I was reading online and I came across the video of a woman in the US who created a special bed for children, a special bed. And she made that bed, she's a mother herself. And probably she had issues and she had to create something out of nothing. And today they were advertising it online. And they said this special bed, yeah, was created by a mom for other moms. Yeah. So what is it that you are going through right now that looks like an impossibility, that looks at as a situation? I want to tell you today that that situation is simply put to you going to become something that will make the world to celebrate you, something that will make the world, to thank God life. You are not just here to be like every other person. You are not just here to end up like every other person ended. Sometimes I look at people, they say, okay, they left one organization, they start their own organization, and they are doing everything that they see being done in the other side. They are doing it over here. No, it shouldn't be like that. Because if you keep doing what others are doing, you are going to get the result that others are getting. So if you are going to get a different result, you need to do something different. You need to sit down and ask yourself, how do I make this organization different? How do I turn this around? How do I make this to be special? How do I affect more lives with this? It all depends on you. When the world says no, it is an opportunity for you to say yes. When the world presents you with impossibility, it's an opportunity for you to present to the world a possibility. Yes, the Wright brothers, they saw that there was no plane, and they did what? They invented the airplane and gave it to the world, and they became celebrities just by doing that. What is it that you need to do for the world, to change the world, to turn the world around? Sometimes people will tell you and say, oh, you can't change the world. Don't say you want to change the world. But that's a lie. That's not true. Because the people who have changed the world, they are not spirits. They are men and women just like you, just like I. Oh, yes. They are men like women. They are people like you. The people who have changed the world, the people who have turned the world around, the people who made us to drive cars today, who made us to have electricity, who made us to build, block buildings. Many of our forefathers or our ancestors, they didn't stay in block houses, they stayed in mud houses, you know. So the people who made us to be living in block houses today, they invented something, they brought out something. My friend, I want to let you know that there is something that you can present to the world. And guess what? It's not far from you. It's right in that challenge that you are facing right now. It's right in that problem that you are facing right now. It's right in that situation that is making you sad, that is making you cry, that is making you confused, that is making you want to leave that marriage, that situation that is making you want to leave that business, that situation that is making you want to leave that church, that situation that is making you want to leave that community. Right in that same situation, there is a testimony, there is a miracle, there is a possibility, there is a new thing can happen. It's right there. Look at Joseph. Joseph was in the prison. Was he happy to be there? No, he wasn't happy to be there, but he found himself in the prison. And what did he do? He didn't give up, he didn't stop. He turned that situation around. He spoke to those men. And guess what? How did he affect those men? He saw that the men were sad. And he went to them and he said, "You guys are looking sad. What's the problem? Why are you sad?" He looked for an opportunity in that very prison where he found himself. He could have said, "Well, these men are sad. Me, I'm also sad. I'm not supposed to be here. So why should I talk to them? Why should I help them? Why should I encourage them? Why should I motivate them? Why should I challenge them? Why should I inspire them? I'm also sad." That was what he could have said to himself. But no, Joseph didn't say it to himself. But what did he do? He spoke to those men and said, "Tell me, what's your problem? I think I can encourage you. Tell me, I can probably get a solution for you." And they said, "We had a dream last night, and that dream is what is bothering us." And after Joseph listened to the dream, he said, "Okay, I have an idea. This is the interpretation for the dream." And he shared the interpretation with them. And then he told one of them that had the positive interpretation of the dream. He told him, he said, "When you are blessed, when you leave this place, when you get back to the palace, please remember me." And that was it. One day, that man left the prison, got into the palace, and he didn't remember Joseph for 2 years. Why? Because there was no need yet for Joseph. But one day, when the king dreamt, then the need for Joseph arose, and that man remembered. He said to himself, "Hey, there's a man in the prison that can help this king, that can solve this mystery, that can turn this impossibility to possibility." And he told the king, and the king said, "Go and get that Joseph for me." And they brought Joseph out, and Joseph solved the problem of the king. Listen, for you to get yes when the world says no, you need to begin to solve the problem of those around you. You need to begin to help those around you. Yes, Joseph solved the problem of the king, but he began by solving the problem of those men when they were in the prison. And from there, he had the opportunity to solve the problem of the king. And from solving the problem of the king, he solved the problem of the nation. And guess what? From solving the problem of the nation, he became what? He became a great man. He got everything he needed. He got every money he needed. He got the position he needed. He became a celebrity in that nation. You too can become a celebrity. You have what it takes to become a celebrity. Sometimes you are saying, "Oh, nobody's ready to help me. Nobody's ready to help me." Can I tell you why nobody's ready to help you? Because you have not helped anyone. Oh, yes, you have not lifted anyone. You want to be lifted, and yet you don't want to lift any other person. You want to be blessed, and yet you don't want to bless others. You want to be encouraged, and yet you don't want to encourage others. You have an opportunity to help somebody that is down. You have an opportunity to help somebody that is weak, and then you begin to show that you are so strong and you don't need to help anybody. That's selfishness. Look at Mordecai. Mordecai, he was a gate man, but overnight he became a royalty. Overnight, the king put his own robe on Mordecai and made him to ride on his personal horse. And they took him around the city and they were honoring him and celebrating him. But what brought about the change in Mordecai's life? Some people say, hey, it was a miracle. It was favor. No, it wasn't favor alone. It wasn't miracle alone. Something brought the blessing. Something brought the miracle. Mordecai helped the king. Read your Bible. He helped the king. There was a time some people planned to kill the king, and Mordecai heard about it. And he went to tell the king that, look, some people have planned this against you. And when the king saw the report of Mordecai, he made an investigation and discovered that it was true. And the king ordered that those people should be killed. And those people were killed. And Mordecai was not remembered. Mordecai was not blessed for years, many years. He remained there in the gate, suffering. He remained there in the gate, insulted by Haman. But one night, the king could not sleep. And the king was reading through the chronicles. And he found the story of Mordecai. And when he found what Mordecai did for him, he called his advisors and he said, come, what have they done to this man? And they said, nothing. Are you sure nothing? So this man is still a nobody? This man that saved my life is still a nobody? And they said, yes. And he said, okay. And that morning, as Haman was coming into the palace, the king said to Haman, what can I do for the person who I desire to favor? What do you think I should do? And Haman said, do this, do this, do this. And that was how Mordecai's life changed. Make up your mind to help somebody today. Make up your mind to be a blessing to somebody today. Sometimes you say, oh, I have this and that, and he didn't remember me. It's not your business for them to remember you. They will remember you at the appointed time. Oh, yes. At the time that God has set, that's when they will remember you. You are not the one that will tell them, oh, remember me, help me. And that's why sometimes I see pastors, sometimes they will say, oh, if I pray for you and you don't come back and give me money, you don't come back and bless me, I'm going to curse you. No, it shouldn't be that way. I've never had that kind of mindset all my life. No, because it's not the right mindset. You know what Jesus said? He said, freely you have received, freely give. So if you have the ability, if you have the power, if you have the anointing, if you have the grace to do it for others, to help others, go ahead and do it. Do it freely. Do it freely, because one day there's going to be a reward. One day there's going to be a blessing. One day there's going to be a remembrance. And let me tell you, you don't need every remembrance for your life to change. You only need one remembrance. One remembrance is what will turn your life around. Just one remembrance is going to change your story. Just one remembrance is going to bring you the blessing that you've been waiting for. So go out there today. Help anyone that you can help. Be a blessing to anyone that you can be a blessing to. Encourage those you can encourage. Inspire those that you can inspire. Bless those that you can bless. Give to those that you can give. Don't allow giving to be a burden to you. Be happy to give. Be joyful to give. Be glad to give. Because one day, when the blessing will come back to you, it's going to be pressed down, shaking together, running over. Men will give to your bosom. Oh, yes. So I challenge you today. I encourage you today, my dear friends, when the world says no, don't give up. Don't give up. You know what has happened this afternoon? Normally, it could always discourage me. You know, when my guest fails to show up and my guest is not able to come in, I could get discouraged. But I just thank God, because today I'm not discouraged. It doesn't move me. I just keep going. That's how it should be. When the world says no, keep going. When the world says no, keep moving. When the world says no, keep pressing. When the world says no, keep pushing. Yes, as you are watching me right now, you have an idea for an online program. Don't say, oh, because the prince is doing, I'm not going to do it. No. Even if I can get 100 people from Africa doing online program, I'm going to be glad. Go ahead. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let any problem stop you. Don't let any challenge stop you. Even if one challenge stop you today, tomorrow wake up and continue. Wake up and start again. Start afresh. Start afresh. When the world says no, say yes to yourself and keep pushing. The sky is not your limit. The sky is your platform. It's just your starting point. There is so much more ahead of you. On the other side of impossibility is possibility. And for you to get to that side, help somebody today. For you to get to that side, make sure that you don't give up. For you to get to that other side, keep pressing, keep dreaming, keep inventing, keep creating, keep doing something new. For you to get to the other side, believe in your dream. Believe in your vision. Believe in your idea. Believe in those things that divinity has deposited in you. Nothing will be able to stop you. Keep pressing, keep pushing, and you will make it. Now, we've come to the end of the first session for today. There is another second session that is coming up. My friend Kevin Padillo is going to be coming to join us all the way from Canada. And it's, I think that's 1 hour from now. 1 hour, like 1 hour and 30 minutes. Let me just say 1 hour, 30 minutes. Yeah, 1 hour, 30 minutes from now, we are going to be back again. So do try your best to join us online. It's going to be amazing. And I believe that you are going to enjoy it. We are going to listen to Kevin Padillo speak to us today. Thank you so much for joining us in this program. Leave your comment. Let me know you're watching. Thank you, Anissa, all the way from Zambia, for watching and for the comments. Leave a comment for us and let's know that the program today has been a blessing to you. And invite your friends for the next session that is coming up in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Love you so much.